Slightly heavier than my last pack. Not too bad. Give me some serious faffery with this thing. Right, let's booty. Well, welcome back to the trail. I'm here at the beginning of the Pendle Way, and not unexpected weather, but yeah, raining. It's been forecast all week, not going to put me off, but it has involved a certain amount of faffery already. But yeah, we're in the town of Barley. It's like a village, the traditional starting point for the trail. So now I'm ready. Let's get to it. So the trail begins. Not seen a Pendle Way sign yet, but I know I'm on the right path according to the map. Here we are. Got the big old bag on my back. Feeling pretty good. Doesn't feel that heavy. Quite surprised. For 18 kilos. So far so good. What have we got here? 4th of June 2012, site of Jubilee celebration, 3rd of June 2002, Barley New Church, roughly. Oh. We're continuing on this path, and this begins our 21.5, nearly 22 mile first day to get to the Alma Inn, which is where I'll be stopping tonight. And the problem with this trail was, in order to do the mileage that I wanted to do, at least 15 or more to get this done in 3 days, the accommodation was really scarce. And apart from a youth hostel, which I didn't fancy, it's like 6 bunks in one room, me being not very sociable, I thought, well, if I put the trip off till payday, I can afford a nice double bed all to myself in a pub. So I'm keeping that fixed as my goal as we bash out 22 miles. Yeah. So rather unhelpfully, it's the post with the little witch's emblem on for Pendle Way. Walk straight past it because pretty much it's buried. Nice, thanks for that. Thanks again to OS Maps for putting me on the right path. Man, this trail's challenging me. Never even noticed that. There's the witch. We're going to be following that witch for the next 3 days. We're going in there. Man, you've got to be on the ball with this one. Sorry about the poor light. We're in some forest area, just making our way along the trail, settling into the pack, settling into the walk. Reminding myself that with having 18 kilos on my back, I do have to take it slow. I do have to settle in, get used to wearing it. Simple things like, one time I remember sitting on a bridge, and as I sat down too quick on the Gritstone Trail, felt the pack pull me back, and it was a long way down. And it's just little tiny things you've got to remind yourself of, that you are carrying a heavy load on your back. If I fall over, if I slip, that 18 kilos is pulling me over, so I'm going to remind myself. So these first few miles will be me settling into the trail. Long distance hiking's a bit of a different animal from day hiking. You've really got to think long term the next 3 days. So I must admit, at the beginning of every trail like this, I'm kind of nervous. Thinking about, have I got all my gear? Am I going to get to my hotel and find I've lost something? I've forgot, dreaded car keys and things like that. Maybe thinking I've lost a piece of kit. But all that tends to fade away after the first few miles once you settle in and you build your confidence up. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm not anticipating too far ahead. I'm just going to settle in, warm up and get used to being back on a long trail again. But so far so good. This initial start, a bit shaky with the directions, the signposts aren't obvious, but I feel like we're on it now. So let's power through. Would like to get to lunchtime pretty quick, with 22 miles to do. I can already smell that pint of Peroni waiting for me at the pub. Okay, let's get on it. A little bit of elevation there, through a very narrow bit of forest and woodland. Oh, yeah, so far so good. Nice view. I'll turn you around. Some horses. Pilgrim bingo. That's the first one, horses. Yeah. Glad I put the gaiters on. A bit overgrown that bit. Now, carry on, that away. With these boots, just asking for trouble. Whew! That was a bit nerve-wracking. I like these boots, but they don't hold up well on wet stone. Not at all. Right, onwards and upwards. The rain has stopped at least, for the time being. Engaging in some serious faffery today. I think I was a bit premature in taking my coat off. This so-called waterproof backpack cover is not very waterproof. So I'm afraid you, whoever you are, I don't know without looking, you, whoever you are going to get a bad Amazon review. This is not keeping the water off my bag. Hashtag disappointed. Anyway, heading towards Barrowford. Bit of a steep hill there, but should be straight line to the town. I really should pay some more attention. Oh, hang on, premature there. Got to cinch up this waste of time backpack cover. Right, there we go. Oh, if I have to waterproof it the minute I get it out of the bag, it's not really that much of a product, is it? I don't mind waterproofing stuff, you know, once it's been put through its paces, but not out of the bag, man. Not out of the bag. Well, this is like high grade faffery here. Here we go. 1, 2. Bag for you. Come here. I've just come from there. Deal with the guys. I'll give the rain its due. It's persistent. So that's 3 miles. 3 miles. We're just coming out of Barrowford, heading north, still on the trail. We just came through Barrowford and there's just no signage whatsoever. You really do have to follow the map. If there were proper signs, I didn't see them. There might have just been one, like a brown sign with the witch on, but it just looked like a signpost for the Heritage Centre. Just duck through here. So if you are doing this route, make sure you've got your map, because Barrowford, a bit of a maze. Nice town. It's got obviously the usual newsagents and stuff, cafes. A bit too early for that for me. I think we're only 4 miles in. We've got time to make up. So we're following the river north as we head up towards the 6 mile mark. So yeah, so far so good. I'm going to keep saying that. So far so good. Yeah. Gushing today with the amount of downpour. Wouldn't be a trail without cows. I feel like there's a bit of condensation going on here. Landscape here is beautiful. I mean, this little river, the Pendle water running in, it's beautiful. Nice little area. I'd stop for a break, but it's still a bit too rainy. I haven't seen any shelter yet, so holding out for some. Just going to cross this bridge and then looks like we're going up again. I must admit, it's difficult to stay focused at the minute. The rain's kind of keeping my attention. I need to train myself out of it. Well, no, good path so far. Would have been gorgeous in the sunshine, but yeah, it offers its own beauty. We've got this little brook running down here. Obviously most of the path is in the farmland and that sort of area, so it's been quite interesting so far. But yeah, I've got to fight to kind of keep my attention off the weather and focus on enjoying the trip. I'll admit it's difficult. As an Englishman, we tend to focus in on the weather, you may have noticed. But yeah, I really could do with somewhere to have a break. I had a quick gulp of water before and a cereal bar, but I really could do to have a proper break nearer the halfway mark. Could just do with some shelter or the rain to stop. That would be nice. So we're still heading north so far. We just passed the little village of Blacko, and on we go, snaking our way through this farmland. How weird, I've just come down here for this bridge and the temperature's just dropped. You can see my breath. Really weird, cold chill. Must be something to do with the path of the river and the water. But yeah, weird, really cold. So this little thing here, which I can see really well, but you can't, is Stansfield Tower. We're not going to pass it, we're going off that way, down there. But yeah, from here it looks proper ominous with the grey clouds behind it. Spooky! But anyway, we're going that way. Rain's not so bad now. I'll live with it. Go through this gate, sorry. Hang on. Yeah, one-handed gate. Slow down. Slow down. It's got the horses who have to slow down, and me. Right, so yeah, follow this track. We'll be able to see that all the way around, so it's pretty cool. I'd like to see it, but too many miles and I can't be bothered. Too many miles for me to do today, and I can't be bothered diverging off. But yeah, pretty impressive. Right, let's go. So I just passed through some, like an estate on the back of the farm, and saw some just stunning, I want to call them mansions, but maybe they're not. Anyway, wealthy houses. And for the first time I was kind of hit with a pang of the injustice of it. And I'm not against anyone earning money and spending it, and God knows I've got a good house, I've got a good life, I earn plenty of money compared to many. But when you see a certain level of wealth, you're kind of reminded that there's an injustice in the world. The distribution isn't fair, and I don't think there's an answer to that. Jesus said, the poor you will always have with you. It's not like we can eradicate poverty, though some people think we can. But sometimes you just need to be reminded, don't you, that we're not bad off here in this country. Well, you're sat watching me on your phone or your computer, and I'm out here with all this gear, enjoying leisure time. I'll go to a nice hotel and eventually go home to my nice house. So I'm not ranting about money, don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for what I've got, and you should be too, but it is a nice reminder. And while I'm talking, just watching a deer sprinting over. It's going to jump the wall. No, carried on up. No point turning around, you won't be able to see him. He's gone. Beautiful. But yeah, and no, I don't film the houses. I think it's quite rude to get my camera out and start filming someone else's house, especially when they have open windows. I'd love to be fair. There's some nice houses. But anyway, there we go. That's my thoughts on that. Pressing on. Yet another field with cows in. Ugh. He knows of no dangerous characteristics. Yet, nah. There they are. Only one way to find out. I got no choice in the matter. Let's get in there. Nothing else that'll make for interesting footage. Back on. Water buffalo. They just look like cows. So the untrained eye. Seems like a few people have been through here already. I really don't want to be the first person to discover their known characteristics. Oh, I can't go to the right because there's something in my way. Alright guys, just coming through. Okay, panic then. Oh, like the big guy snorting behind me. I assume, do I go that way? Do I go that way? Past the 6 mile mark, now looking to push on hard for that 10. We're going to hit a trig point without looking at the map. Got a W in it, Whittles, anyway, you'll find out shortly. So we've climbed a lot of elevation, we're making our way across towards this point. Yeah, I'm going to have to change battery on the camera, do some faffery, all good. Break time. I just needed it. I needed to stop. Sorted the camera out. Done the faffery. Wonderful view. Would have been better on a sunny day, but I'll take what I've been given. Take what I've been given. At least it stopped raining. There was even some blue sky. But the worst of the weather's heading that way, over towards the hill, so I'm alright with that. I won't lie, it's hard going. I've only just passed the probably 7 mile mark and it's well on its way to 11 o'clock. I feel like I'm dragging my feet. But the terrain, you just can't fly up it. It's hills, it's narrow little unfricking hedgerow, I can't even get the words out. Narrow paths where someone should go down with a weed whacker, hedge trimmer. But I'm enjoying it, but I think I maybe lulled myself into a false sense of security and thought it'd be like a day hike. I need to remind myself that these are challenges, they're not walks in the park. Whatever. I need to check out the weather for tomorrow. Tonight I will be in my lovely warm hotel. But tomorrow night I'm supposed to be in a tent. I'm hoping the weather's going to improve. Anyway, we'll see. Now we're heading up to, oh heck, slippy. Heading up to Wheats Hill, the trig point there, touch base with, and then hit our 8 mile mark. So we're moving, we're making progress. And then the next town will give us 11 miles, just over halfway. I'll be glad to hit a halfway point, feel like we're really making some progress. Yeah, behind me it just looks angry. The sky's all grey. It's dried up now. Things are starting to dry as well. I'm starting to dry with the wind. And it's quite chilly as well. So I'm trying to keep moving. I may even reward myself with an extra cup of coffee. I know, I should calm down. I hear what you're saying. I might just do so. I'll cook myself one up. We'll see, eh? Challenge, that's what I'm calling this one. Humbling challenge. I've been humbled, thinking I'd nailed these day walks, but this would be easy. No, I'm back on the challenge. Ah, did it. So I couldn't really film up on the trig point because there were a couple there. They had just arrived. So we got talking and exchanged our plans for the day. So just coming down now, heading to Barnoldswick, about 11-mile mark. 8 miles done now. Going to pick up some pace now. Great views from up here though. Yeah, Tim would love this route. So I kind of stripped off my layers to give them a chance to dry. But also, because I expected to go into Barnoldswick, go into the map. Didn't really want to look all gigged up. Hello cat. And I'm being led on this wild goose chase. I like doglegging all around these local sites. Make up part of the Pendle Way, so up down, up down. What can you do? So the rain's looking like it's coming back, which means I'm going to put all my layers back on. Oh well, be right. All the useful information has been burned away. Wet cliff. I have no idea what that's about. Now we're heading out of, or sort of through the outskirts of Barnoldswick on a canal path. If you're playing Pilgrim Bingo, you just scored again. Still raining on and off. We're glad to be able to get some miles in. That's the plan. Very busy. Can't really get much filming done. Oh well. Man alive. What a lifesaver that was. That's a perfect place to have a cafe, right there. I stretched myself out. I got an Americano and a Snickers. Just give me that boost. I'm just not feeling it. But the rain has stopped. We are plodding on along the canal. Yeah, definitely feel better for that now. Nice one, cafe. We appreciate you. It was alright as well because I could dump my bag in the porch before going in. So none of that embarrassing trying to squeeze between tables and find a seat with your backpack on. So yeah, perfect stop on this trail. Yeah, let's crack on. I'm going to take my coat off as often as possible. I hate wearing that. Right, so it's canal all the way up to the top and down into Airby, which is about the 15 or 16 mile mark, so I want to use this as an opportunity to collect some miles, crack on with them, and try and claw some of that time back, especially with a coffee in me. Yeah, this rain, it's just persistent. What else was I going to say? Yeah, it's amazing how something simple like a cup of coffee can just change your mood straight away. I know I've cut back on it to just 1 cup a day, but now I need it. It's not going to change my habits. I'm going to use it as a tool. But morale was really flagging then. I was struggling against the rain. against the switchbacks that this trail offers. It's been a bit of a crazy route, I won't lie. It's just up, down, kind of doglegging around the town to see these different you know, museums and stuff, which obviously I'm not going to stop at because I'm walking. So I'm quite kind of glad to be on a straight and narrow path now, and I can just bash out the miles on. Well, I suppose it depends what you're walking for. If you're walking to see the sights, then you're going to take a bit longer, maybe do less miles. And I'm here just to walk the trail and see what I see as I go. So I really haven't got time for that. If I was to do the trail again, I might even cut some of it out. You literally might dogleg off into a farm to go all the way around to come back to 100-200 feet from where you were before you hit the farm, just so you could see a steam mill. And like, most of this stuff's shut anyway. So far the trail's not won me over, apart from Stansfield Tower, which did look impressive, which we didn't even go past. Oh, nice one. Cheers, dude. Yeah, which we didn't even go past. Would have been a highlight, I think. It should be on the trail. But yeah, this is sort of the first time I've had an open run as far as the path's concerned. So yeah, and it's only day one. So far it's going to have to try and claw some of that time back. Not time, claw some of the points back from me to make it a good trail. So far, let's hope it changes. I just realised I was a woman and I called her a dude. Hope she don't mind. I didn't really turn around, did I? Let's have a look. It should be fine. Fool that I am. Did not realise it was the Leeds Liverpool Canal. Now I know. I did see a kayaker, but he had the inflatable green one that Denby was on about, but he had the double paddle and he was fair motoring and he had good control. A little waterproof bag on the back like the one I've got with his stuff in. Kind of inspired me a little bit, because I could easily see going all the way up and down here like that, not like the other canoes I saw the other day. No, something to think about. More adventure. This is the guide I've been using. Now I do not use these for directions, they're an absolute waste of time. I mean, the directions aren't a map, the verbal directions written in sentences, which I don't rate, but I did use the little sketches of the map, little sketches in there to plot my own map on the OS, because the Pendle Way, little green dotted line with diamonds in, that it goes all over the map and it's very hard to follow. I'll resume this conversation when I pass these two people. Anyway, there you go, 2 day hikers. I really don't want to walk past people as I'm talking to the camera. It's just weird. Anyway, so it's the Pendle Way. Paul Hannon wrote it. I've nothing against it, no negatives. I just don't solely use guidebooks. The key word there's guide. It should be a guide to your own navigation. So it's got like cool sketches of there's the tower I was telling you about, which the photograph would have come up thanks to the editor, me. I will put the photograph of it up between the footage, because obviously the route doesn't take us to the tower, but it is an impressive thing. So anyway, it's full of factoids, and I'll tell you a little bit about the Pendle Way. Let me just get to the page. Hope nobody else shows up while I'm doing this. Hang on, it's getting a bit rocky. Right, there we go. Right, so the Pendle Way is a 45-mile route. It's way marked. No, it's not. It's not way marked very well at all. Not like Hadrian's Wall, where they've actually put some effort in. A lot of these way markers are just obscure or not even existent. Barrisford was it? First town we came to. Almost none. I had to rely on navigation. So devised in 1985. Almost as old as I am. Started in 1986 but officially opened in 1987. So, you know, over 30 years old, isn't it? The way is a first-class example of what can be achieved within the small compass of an area on the edge of a large urban fringe. Kind of beg to differ so far. Early days yet, but I'm not overly impressed. Oh, mentions a sinister connection. To be continued. Still got my gaiters on. I kind of love them. I really like them. I don't know why. Right, now this is a way marker. See, it's the witch. You'd expect them everywhere. But a lot of times they're not there, especially near the towns, urban areas. The witch, random broomstick. Which is a bit stereotypical in this 21st century woke era. I'm kind of liking privacy. Hardly anybody here. Anyway, where did that go? Before we get carried away, let's make sure we're going the right way. Right, back to where we were. Let's talk about the sinister connections. Sorry, courtesy of Paul Hannon. It's your writing, mate. I'm just reading it out. No copyright infringement here. Let's just round this corner so I don't look like a lunatic. It's trying to rain again. I'm hoping it's not going to. And yeah, we're good. So, as most visitors will be aware, Pendle claims an infamous and sinister connection. It all happened in a small area in the eastern shadow of the hill. The events of 1612 have been glamorised into the classic witch story of the north, and the subject of several novels. Don't know any myself. It began with a young girl suspected of foul play. Quickly spread to a family and resulted in an extended group being taken to Lancaster for trial and subsequent hanging. The very names of the supposed ringleaders strike a chill on a mist-wreathed day on Pendle. The surprise catch among the likes of Old Demdike, Old Shattucks, was Alice Nutter, a respectable lady from Roughlee Hall. That actually rings a bell. I used to read the teen books. Kids teen. What were they called? Hang on a minute, let's just take a minute. What were they called? Seventh Son movie. It'll come to me later. Anyway, local author from Lancashire, specifically Chorley Rivington area, wrote a series of books about a sort of witch hunter, kind of like The Witcher. Well, it wasn't. And he was training an apprentice, and the girl was called Alice. I wonder if he refers to this girl. So they wrote it into the fiction. It's going to bug me. Bug me what they were called. Seventh Son? It must have been called Seventh Son. Yeah. Anyway, check them out. I will Google later when we get to the hotel what they are and give you the information. Or my handy dandy editor will put them on the screen right now. There you go. So yeah, check them out. Then we got as far as the point where they started writing books from the perspective of the girl. Kind of became a bit woke. Kind of let me down a bit. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's ramble. So this is a Rolls Royce. or a part of Rolls Royce, according to the sign on the car park. Not what I expected. See that church up there? Oh. Anyway, they diverted the path, so we're going over there. Well, the path literally went through the works, which even I thought was a bit odd. But this is a field of cows, but they're all over there. Sorry, need two hands. Ooh! I just looked back on the footage and my backpack looks massive. Now, to be fair, it is massive, but the green cover is making it look even bigger. I'd like to ditch it, but don't know what the weather's going to do yet. It's not quite cleared up. Anyway, near to Irby, which would have been the end of my first day had there been decent accommodation and not a 6-bedroom bunkhouse, 6-bed bunkhouse. So I've tacked on another 6 miles, taking it to 21.7, and that's so we can stop at the Alma Inn, which I'm very looking forward to. I've booked it. Happy to pay the 80 quid for the double room. Yeah, keen for that. But we're not there yet, and we've still got a lot of distance to cover yet. And yes, it is. You can just see there, Rolls Royce. How bizarre. Oh, hang on, what's that over there? It looks like a golf course. I wonder if that... Are we playing Pilgrim Bingo? That could be one of them. You might have just got a bingo. And yes, if you're playing Pilgrim Bingo at home, you just scored. Gill Golf Club. It was. Hey. I should do bingo cards for this. I've not seen a fell runner yet though. I met a person who did running, but they were not fell running at the time. So it doesn't count. It's weird how some of these graves are outside of the actual churchyard. How bizarre. So if you walk this trail, be careful because, as the sign says, beware golfers. The path literally cuts through west to east the entire golf course, and they're obviously shooting across north to south. So I recommend that once you go through the churchyard and you come up to the golf course, stop, wait, and then try and grab the attention of any golfers, because from the church side you can't see the way marker. You really have to know where you're going, and thankfully some nice guy there stopped, pointed me in the right direction. Thumbs up. I have no problem with golfers. I joke, but it is just a joke. It's a sport, let them get on with it. I don't mind. I just really don't want a golf ball to the face. So yeah, take care if you're doing that. Now we are back in the open land, through this dodgiest of turnstiles. Right, press on. We're losing mileage again. Wow though, wow. Now the weather's eased off. Glorious views. The wind's a bit cool. That's perfect, I need that. I'm not smelling so fresh, to be fair. Really could do with that hotel room to get cleaned up. But we're not there yet, we're a long way off. Let's keep going. Must be off my head. Breaking off the path just to get a trig. Boosh. Nice view though. Yeah, it must be off my head. Must be that Snickers bar and the coffee. Straight up the hill, can't pass a trig point. I noticed on Instagram a lot of the people I follow are trig hunters. I kind of like that, it's kind of cool. Wherever there's a trig, cat trig, because they all have numbers, obviously. So you can get I think you can get a list, a book with them all in for the country. I think. That's well cool. I can't go down that road though. Once I start doing that, well man, there's no coming back. I'm going to be trig hunting for the rest of my life. Well, I can't pass a trig, that's just a rule. If it's within reach, I've got to go and get it. Cool little place. Just grab some water. Like a fucking train. What is that about? Like a train of golf caddies. You can't see it from here. Second time I've seen it. Must be something to do with Thornton Hill Farm. Anyway, we're going to do this on the go. We really do need to make that time. Tomorrow we can take it easy, but today 21 miles, 22 miles, we need to plod on. And Airbie's coming. Anyway, bear card. Whew. What we on to? Oh, blackcurrant, not super sour. Thank goodness for that. Let's get this cracked open. Fucking weirdos going around. No little car. Oh yes, new card. Alright, sorry. I've been a bit battered, this one. A dolphin. We don't have that car. No. Get in. Nothing left behind. Oh, fucking quad bikes now. Look at that. Whatever. Airbie officially hit the 15 miles and ready to plod on. 7 left to the hotel pub. Nice, quiet little village. So Airbie was a bit dead, and nothing really there. Past the youth hostel that I was going to stop at again. It was a good choice not to. Wasn't feeling that. It's going to be worth the extra. Should be 6 miles now, just to get in that big double bed with a shower. Pint, grab a pint. Maybe think about them noodles I brought. Oh, the light's gone out. Yeah, so we're just making our way out now. Back on the trail to head south now towards our Alma Inn. I did resist temptation to go into the donut shop. There was like a small bakery there winking at me. But no, I don't want to. My treat was the Snickers and the coffee. I'm going to get back on track. For now. For now I feel when I smell those pub food smells. We'll see ya. I rushed to put my waterproofs back on because it did start raining. And now I'm thinking, should I have done? getting very muggy. Well, hey, I'm not happy with the battery situation. The second battery's almost gone, and they're the two good ones. I've got two more not so good ones. I'll be able to charge them tonight, but I don't know about tomorrow. Hopefully the power pack will charge them for that last 10 miles. I do need to buy some more. I'm literally walking through an entire field of cows. Thankfully, no bull. So that makes number 622 today. I've literally had to push my way through the herd of cows, waiting to be let through the gate. I mean, if God's trying to crush my fears, it just worked. I never thought that would be possible. I thought I would be dead. Bless the little cows. Only girls. Thankfully no bulls. I wouldn't be doing that. Well, yeah, and thanks Google for telling me how to do it. Anyway, there was no way around that whatsoever. Not without climbing to the top of that hill over there. I just don't have the time to do it. It's 20 to 4 and I am eager to get this last few miles bashed out. Thankfully, blessing, the rain has held off. Can't even speak now. Long may it stay out. Right, let me check the map, see which way we're going. I think this trip's going to go down in history as the most faff I've ever done. Stopping to faff. These straps were squeaking. I think they've been laced up wrong, these here. So I had to adjust them. Then I had to bug spray because I'm getting eaten alive by, well, not eaten alive, but they're hanging around me, these horse flies. So I dealt with that. And here we are now. Looked at the map, still got quite a way to go, so I've checked in online at the pub. They definitely know I'm coming, expected around 6:30. Get the beers in, I say. Right, then I'm bridle way. So let's get this done. Let's get this done. I'm going to be honest now. Oh, if I don't fall down this hill, oh yeah, recovery. It's flat and flagging. Just because it's up and down, up and down. And I'm glad it's not raining. Very grateful for that. It's up and down and this grass is quite high. It's soaking my boots. But I worked out on the map, once I get to this pub, it's just round the corner, puts me at the 18-mile mark, but then it's road. It's a main road all the way to the pub, the other pub, the pub I'm stopping at. So, and get out of these fields, man. Sick to death of them. One field after another. I've seen more cows than I do. I've seen more cows than I've ever seen in my life. Well, I took some water. And ate some of this beef jerky I'm chewing through. I'm not really impressed. Oh, high grasses, look at my feet. I mean, the gators are working, they're keeping most of it out. And if I didn't have them, it'd be Squelch City. Oh, pint. So yeah, when I get to that road, I only hope I'm going to be able to bash out the last miles. I'll get right up to pace then. Should only take me an hour. Right, come on, I can do this. I mean, look at them grasses, man. Yeah, trying to plough through them shin first. Oh man. Yeah, cold feet. Oh, blessed tarmac. Time to eat up the miles, come on. Last push. Just on Long Lane. Pub is literally round the corner. Just had to have one last uphill, didn't we? Just one. taking my time. I'm going to check in and I'll speak to you when I'm in the room, preferably after a pint. Damn Skippy. Hey damn Skippy. I'm going that way. Hello! We arrived. 20 miles done. Don't think it was a full 22 because I shaved off. I'll explain later. I shaved off a bit. But we're here. In the poob. I don't know, everyone were drinking pints. I need a pint. I need a shower first, I stink. Lovely place, lovely service, every credit. It's the Alma Inn. It's Lancashire Bridge in, where at Cone. We're in Cone. I highly recommend it so far. And yeah, win-win. A little bit pricey. It was 89 for a double room because they had no singles left, but I don't mind after 20 miles. Anyway, shower, beer. Well, here I am, showered, washed completely, fresh clothes on, which I'm glad I bought now. Brought. What are my thoughts? That's what you came here to hear. My thoughts. Now I'm in this lovely room thinking that maybe camping tomorrow wasn't my best idea. But anyway, overall, the trip itself was, I don't know, it just didn't win me over at all. I didn't know if it was the weather or what, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'm just going to check the cameras on. I didn't want to ramble and find that I wasn't actually recording. That'd be embarrassing. Yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed. It was a lot of fields. I know, so many cows. So many. And this is the first time I've had to physically force my way between a herd of cows who were blocking the gate. And then it was up, down, up, down. And some of the choices they've decided to do with the trail, where you, especially in the towns, where you break off to go down one road to see a museum, to then cut out into a field, to come back in, to then find yourself only a few hundred feet from where you actually came into the village, to miss the entire middle of the village or the town. So you didn't see any of the shops or anything, with the exception of Airbnb, I think, but they didn't even have anything. But there was nothing. I suppose the weather, I'm kind of assuming the weather didn't win me over either, with it being wet. So the views weren't quite there. Some of the views on the top of the hills would have been better, I guess. But overall, I just know that the actual terrain was starting to really annoy me after a bit. Yeah, not normally feel that way about a route. Positives though, let's get some positives out of this. 20 miles done. Baffled by how it took so long to bash out them first 6. I can only assume it was the elevation taking so long getting up there, but my pack just doesn't feel like it weighs anything. It's weird. It's 18 kilos, and I walked into this Alma Inn, which is where I'm at now, and it just on my shoulders, didn't feel anything. Whereas when I did the Gritstone Trail last year, just I think it was between lockdowns, I could feel every gram. So whether that's just my fitness has come on with walking every weekend with a 10 kilo pack on, I've got to assume it is. So there's a tip for you: if you want to build up your carrying capacity, then just wear a moderately heavy pack and then do plenty of day walks. So I'm really chuffed with that. It means I can got some more options with my pack. There's no damage. I've got some red welts, but it's not. You're gonna get that anyway, aren't you? And yeah, the kit seems fine. I'm a little uncomfortable because I'm not used to this loadout. It's not like everything's where I used to have it on my other pack. I've got to kind of remind myself that things aren't where they usually are. The pouch, I wore the pouch, but the problem was the hip belt of my Kelty 90 pressed the buckle into my side, so that started to really rub towards the end of the walk. So that's gone. Tomorrow that's going emptied and put into the bottom of my pack. I won't be wearing that. I didn't even use it. I used the hip belt has some pouches in it, so I'll be using that. And what else? What else can I think of? Nothing really. The weather is going to do what the weather does. I need to get my mental perspective around that. I did enjoy wearing the long coat with the gaiters. The gaiters are the MVP of this game. They win the award. They really did come through. They kept the majority of the water out of my boots early on. Obviously my boots got wet towards the end, you know, there's only so much they can do. So yeah, I'm going to put them back on tomorrow. They look alright, with them being the same colour as my pants. So yeah, that's my kind of wet outfit. My pants dried in seconds. They were really good. So I just need to be mentally on track with the rain and just make friends with the rain. Although I never really lost my mental focus like I did on the Gritstone Trail when I had to put my headphones in. I think I did on the day walk as well. Never really felt the need to do that. And the end of the trip came at just the right time, it felt. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts on all that. Day 2 tomorrow, less mileage. I think it's only about 13 miles, maybe even less. And obviously I end it with a camp. Got my tent. I've just double checked my loadout. I've got my tent, my poles, my pegs, and it has given rain for tomorrow evening. So it is what it is. I think I'm going to enjoy this inn, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go and have a pint, think about having something to eat, and then just enjoy it now while it's here. And then tomorrow will be what tomorrow will be. There's no real way. I did consider maybe doing the 2 days in one and going home early. That's just foolishness. That's like 23 miles, and after today that is definitely not even an option. Not even entertaining that. So yeah, we're camping tomorrow, and it'll just be an early night, and probably either a late start in the morning because the rain's supposed to pack up by about 7. I'll either sleep in, watch some Netflix on my phone, or bug out early and get the miles done and get home. It's only 10 miles on Sunday back to the car, but it does involve going up Pendle Hill. So anyway, there you go guys. I'm going to leave you to it. Might show you my pint, might not, depends how I feel. And then I'll see you back on the trail tomorrow. Well, good morning. Here we are, Pendle Way, day 2. Just left the Alma Inn. Perhaps I indulged too much in the Peroni. Met a few nice people there, not chatting. Now feel a bit rough. Didn't sleep very well, nothing to do with the place, more to do with the Peroni. And after a cup of coffee and a little oat biscuit, back on the trail. Heading down to Lancashire Bridge to pick up the Pendle Way and get 12 miles bashed out today. Weather's supposed to be dry but overcast. I want to get that tent up really, get set up tonight. So yeah, let's get on it. Here we go, the familiar witch, back on the Pendle Way. I'm going to be honest, not feeling 100% today, obviously. A bit annoyed with myself. Clean eating, clean drinking. There's a reason I do it, and I've been brutally reminded of it this morning. All I should have done was enjoyed 1 pint and then gone back to my room. But yeah, lesson learned. So hopefully today will be a bit better. A lot of this trail goes through Briarfield, the actual residential area. Part of Nelson and Briarfield, isn't it, I think? So it's got some, once we get half of this sort of, what do you call it, bridle way walking done, the last bit will be quite urban and built up. Might try and get myself something more interesting than noodles for tea. So hopefully, you know, I'm not even going to say it. So far this trip's just given me fields and cows. So I can't even say hopefully it won't be. It probably will be. We'll see, yeah. We'll see. The day is young. See if I perk up. Playing again. Trying to keep my mind occupied. Let me just move you back a bit. Alright. Now then. So far, this has been mostly paved path, or semi-paved. It's not hit the high grasses yet, but you know, the day is still young. It's keeping off, the rain's keeping off, that's a good thing. Finally, something interesting. Wet stones again, asking to kill me. Geezer's looking at me. That's quite a cool little area. White Collar Hall, supposedly inspired Charlotte Bronte. Yeah, had a nice visitor centre. Wasn't open obviously. But anyway, pressing on. Took some water, got some of the bug spray on. We're good to go. Feeling a bit better now. Mental focus is rising. Yeah. Good, good, good. I mean, seriously, that's not a bridge, man. Look, it's only got that much on it. Some metal support, man. You shall not pass! It's quite funny last night talking to the barflies, which reminds me, the Almarin's a little bit too posh for me going downstairs in my flip-flops. It didn't take long for someone to say something until they realised I was staying upstairs. I didn't want to put my wet boots back on, which prompted retelling and retelling of why I was there in the first place. It's funny because people were saying, oh, why'd you do it? Are you doing it for charity or something? I'm like, nah, it's just a hobby. Just like doing it. There's 3 or 4 people asked me that, why am I doing it? They had this habit of just pouring drinks and not charging you for them. I mean, I did pay for them, but I had to remind the staff that they hadn't charged me for them. Could easily just snuck up to my room. And it's not like they were putting it on my room bill because I'd already paid that. They didn't even know what room I was in. So, lovely place, very hospitable, lovely people. But I was a bit annoyed that on the desk they told me I could get a table for some food later on. But then when I asked the barman, he just flummoxed. It was a baffling request to him. And apparently they were all booked up. Whatever. Could have done with a meal. So I'm going to reward... No. I'm not going to reward myself. I'm going to seek out some decent tea for tonight. Put some energy back in the tank. Oh! Right, Smithy Clough next, according to the witch. We're going that way. Just climbed to the top of this bleak moorland. There's a cold wind blowing. We're going down there. Going to our witch. I'm liking this paved road. Day 2 so far. You beat day 1. Paved roads, footpaths, and wide collar hall. That was interesting. Now I'm going to trudge this out. Trudge? Also trudge. I'm going to trudge this out at some point. Boil some water and have some breakfast. Well overdue. Some porridge. Podge. Yeah. Okay, I'm not hanging around up here. And if you're playing Pilgrim Bingo at home, earlier, forgot to say, I opened the gate for mountain biking. Opening the gate, that's a bingo! This is what I'm talking about. Virtually paved. And this goes on for quite a while. Quite a few miles of this. It's my kind of path. Sorry. I need a park bench now to have me breakfast on. But yeah, hopefully eat up these miles now. Minecraft house behind me. Over there. Someone's building a Minecraft house. Sorry, gamer reference. But yeah. Nice moorland though. I don't often say that. The sun came out before, a little bit. Not much. I'm just be happy if that rain stays off. I'm starting to feel a bit chilly. Pilgrim Bingo, you're getting your weather report. Yeah, I might have to put a sweater on. It's just a little bit chilly. Well. Good so far. Much improved on day 1. And there you go. Pilgrim Bingo. My first fell runner. It just went past then. You got to collect them all. I've reached the stage where if I don't have something to eat now, I'm just going to end up death marching. So there's no obvious shelter coming up. I get the old stove out, cook up some breakfast. Porridge oats, like I said. Got my, I don't know if you can see it there, windshield. Definitely need to there. Yeah. Looks harder. Micro stove titanium in there. My titanium mug. There is a video on that if you want to look at it. Dead tiny. Little thing. Yeah. Look through my videos, you'll see it. Anyway, let's get some water. Water on. Flame on, flame. I tried using, what was I using on the grit stone? Trangia alcohol stove. Tried using that without the windshield, and I just realised, wow, you just can't use it. You can't use any stove without the windshield, even on a day when you think it's not that windy. So this was a cheap one off Amazon. It's just aluminium panels. It's very lightweight, so again, something I'm happy to take with me because it's just a godsend. Now I got my food bag, Saturday's food bag, and yes, I'm very sad. I vacuum packed my own meals. That's my porridge in there, and I think we will have a cup of, let's say, English breakfast tea, courtesy of the Alma Inn. I paid for it, so I'm having it. No, I'm getting a real pretty boil. Went too far, didn't I? Been toting this chair around and still not used it. Today is the day. Got my porridge, make myself a cup of tea. It's not a bad life. Feel a bit more human again now. There is something deeply satisfying about having your entire world on your back. You can just stop and make food and make a brew. Something to sit on, shelter, sleep in. Very satisfying. So we've come from this knob here, followed it all the way, snaked all the way around, up to here. Some trekking that. What's these? Yeah, not much to see. Trodden forest there. That's what we're walking past, so we're walking through it anyway. Not much of a forest here. We're going to carry on up there. What the heck's all this Minecraft wall? Look at stay. That was quite funny. Sorry, gamer reference. Right, we're going to join this road all the way around that reservoir towards Catwell. Not liking the look of it on the map, but we'll see how it goes. So we're following Catlow Brook. This river down here, brook down here. I'm sure there are two hawks flying around. Which is a bit of slogging, because I got proper annoyed. Is that in order to get onto this path, yes, you had to go through knee-high grass again, just because United Utilities wouldn't let you use the track. But once you get on the track, you've technically got access to that track anyway, so why not just let people in? Anyway, this bit's not so bad. So we're following Catlow Brook to Catlow itself, little town or village, and then that'll take us on into Nelson, Briarfield, and then it's Urban, which is where I'm going to try and get some tea and get ready. Pilgrim Bingo, Nelson Golf Club, we're going through it, and it does look like the Pendle Way goes straight through the middle again. Don't know who designs these things, I really don't. Anyway, there we go, feeling pretty good now, plodding on. We're that would have been the 15-mile mark for the previous day, but I think it doesn't make sense now because I've messed all my mileage up. But yeah, once we're in Briarfield, it's a straight slog to the campsite, so we're not doing too bad. Rain's holding off, get a bit of spray, and that's about it. Yeah, alright, let's go, enough rambling. Not the best bit, just a bog there at the bottom of Catlow. Guess the cows took an interest. Couldn't use the track though, I'm not allowed to use the track. Perish the thought. Well, that was a murderously steep road up into Catlow. Little village. I managed it, but wow! Basically room for one car. That's how wide the road was. So I don't know what happens if you met a car coming the other way. Anyway, in true Pendle Way style, my option was to walk through that field of horses to meet this track in a minute, or just take the damn track. They're literally a few feet apart. I mean, there's the gate, and there's the second gate. I mean, yeah, I like the horses, but I want to take the track, aren't I? Madness, man, madness. Whoever designed it needs a rethink. Anyway, I'm focused, man. I am proper focused. I can see Pendle Hill way off in the distance. That's the goal. Tomorrow's 10-mile adventure before hitting the car. Which I hope my car's still there. I'm not clamped either. We should be fine. God and His providence. I hope we'll look after my vehicle, and if it's gone, it's gone. I'm not arsed. Oh, invigorating. I'll have to change the battery soon and do some faffery. Welcome to the world's smallest stile. Fucking getting through that. I had to climb the fence. Still making our way to Nelson. We'll circle around this reservoir, and then we should be in the urban area, so we can just see them over there. And then straight run to the campsite. A couple of miles maybe. Yeah. Been a long day this one. Not as bad as yesterday. But yeah, still challenging. Still pushing the boundaries. See that? Screw it, I'm having a break. Still got a long way to go. Fruit and lemon biscuits courtesy of Almarin, and pepperami with some water. Yeah, I need a boost, need a pick me up. Grinding through these fields. It's a challenge. Yeah. There's a punishing amount of uphill. So another big steep hike. Halfway up I heard the what I assume is the Muslim call to prayer being sounded across Nelson. which has a high Muslim population. Took a while to figure out what it was. Could hear it for miles. Checked on Google and yeah, it's about the right time. So anyway, just about to hit Nelson Golf Course and then into Briarfield itself, which I'm not going to hang around in. Also, these places also have a high crime issue, so ploughing on. I'm feeling quite tired now. It's been a punishing day, punishing 2 days, all part of the adventure. At least with a golf course, almost guaranteed some relatively flat walking. What I need right now. All going on over there. I wonder if there's any way that they don't play golf. No. Over that way, endless amounts of wind turbines. I'd like to say that's Winter Hill, but I don't think it is. Maybe. When the trail dumps you in the middle of a housing estate. Bit of a culture shock. Oh, Briarfield. Pretty special that. I had to duck into the centre. Well, High Street. Get some supplies. I'm starving. I want something decent. So, got in there, came straight back out. I didn't want to hang around. Stand out like a sore thumb. Well, back on the trail now, towards the campsite. Another 2 miles maybe. Last bit now, following the river down to Smith's Farm. It's my campsite for tonight. Should have known the trail had not finished with me yet. This is just overgrown completely. Took my gaiters off, thinking it was just a short walk to the campsite. Now I'm getting soaked again. Bugs everywhere. Dah. Right, stick out, whacking time. Hey guys, I'm here in my tent, set up, all came together really well, great campsite, friendly, so now I'm just in my little corner, chilling out for the rest of the day. Overall it was better than yesterday, it was still a grueler, but towards the end there were still so many of these stupid route decisions that someone's made, you know, going round the edge of a field when there was a track, public path to the left and to the right, and you just think, well, yeah, I think if you're going to do this route, be flexible, be prepared to look at the map and maybe make some decisions to bypass some of it. I will do a full debrief at the end of the video, my own thoughts on the trip and any tips I can give you, but for now I'm going to have my tea, relax and think about tomorrow. Got some things to watch on my phone. Done the spiritual disciplines, Bible reading and prayer. I like having that bedrock. No matter what happens, what situation I'm in, I can get those things done. So, great. So I'm going to chill out and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, after being thoroughly well fed and general relaxing in the tent at this great campsite, could not end the day without this flying fox. We haven't got this one. It's one of the Go Ape ones. That's what I'm talking about. 2 brand new cards. Day 3 tomorrow. Final day before going home. What can I say? Good morning. Just coming up on 6 o'clock and I slept brilliantly. But it's coffee time. Speak to you when I'm awake. Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I needed. Man, I've forgotten how much I enjoyed this. Morning coffee, no rush to get up. Just 10 miles. Easy. Maybe. Man alive, what a good night. Brilliant night's sleep. Just slept really well, really warm. Everything came together, all the gear came together. Glad to have really chopped up on calories. I woke up this morning, gear packed away brilliantly. Just shows what preparation and planning, what's the phrase, the 7 P's. Piss poor performance. Oh, hang on, no, let me think about this. If I can't remember, it'll come up on the screen. Proper preparation and planning prevents piss poor performance. That was it, the 7 P's. So woke up, had breakfast, got some coffee, got some cereal, cleaned all my gear, packed up, had a nice chat with the owner, Horsey. Ah, yeah, just, I feel good, I feel really good. We got blue skies up ahead, and we're on the final day, which I'm glad because everything's wet. I could have done with some more bin bags in my pack, which was the only thing I was lacking. Needed to separate my inner and my outer. I've just chucked it all in one bag, which means the inner would be absolutely soaked for tonight if I was stopping out. So, yeah, anyway, 10 miles today to Pendle Hill. Back to the car in Bali. Let's do it. Blue skies over there. We're back on the Pendle Way, and this is what I'm talking about. Actual trail, not just farmland filled with cows. So we're going to follow this for a short while, and then we're going to head north to hit Pendle Hill at its south side, summit it, carry on a little bit further north, then take the tourist path back down to Bali and to the car. So I say it's 10 miles. Knowing this trail now, it could be the longest 10 miles of my life. So I'm not going to be too optimistic, but what a difference a bit of blue sky makes to my mood. I think This trail's really challenged me, I'm going to be honest. And I think I came out here with the wrong expectations, which was to, oh, because I've done all this day walking, I'm ready for this, this will be a breeze. And I think I've forgotten the through hiking or multi-day hikes are challenges. They're adventures because they challenge you and they stretch you. Physically I'm fine, not noticed any physical problems. Muscles are all fine, woke up fresh as a daisy this morning. But the mental challenges, the stress of the weather, of the trail being questionable, and all these other factors. Like I said, a temptation to drink, overdrink, and forget the effects that it'd have on me whilst walking. And then keeping the spiritual disciplines. Would they survive out here? Would I keep doing them? I've been thoroughly challenged. I've been put through the ringer. And that is the basis for every adventure, is that there has to be sacrifice and there has to be a little bit of challenge, a bit of stretching, a little bit of growing, so that you come away a little bit changed. And it's only been 3 days and I have done longer hikes, but I think each hike offers something in the way of growth. Anyway, I'm very philosophical this morning. On a more trivial note, Carol, who one half of the campsite, Harry was the other one, lovely site, highly recommend it, mentioned TOR in Helmsford. I'm going to add that to the list. Apparently it's a beautiful walk to the top. Oh, right, we might even get some sunshine today. Probably the most picturesque part of the trail so far. Just came across this river bend. How bizarre. Gorgeous. What's that you say? Sunshine? Can't believe it. I'm cooking. Oh yes. It does make me very grateful on this Sunday morning. The Lord's Day. All days are the Lord's Day, but yeah. Thank you for the sunshine. Pedalling uphill here. One's bell runner. 2 mountain bikers. Today's pilgrim bingo is off to a good start, and we've had horses already. As if the sunshine was to just boost me on my way, I'm leaving it now behind, and over Pendle Hill itself, a lot of angry grey clouds, making it look like Mordor at the minute. Mordor! So yeah, quite an ominous mood now as we plough on, reach the summit. Over there, the top wreathed in mist, I do believe it's Pendle Hill. and that's where we're going. Now leaving the village of Higham, and now look at the land opening up. It's like a patchwork, fields with dry stone walls. We're just going to head up through this field. I've just narrowly avoided a bull in a field with a calves. Thankfully there was an alternate path, but man alive, these farmers do like to challenge us. Anyway, I'm heading over there to that gate to a field of horses, which I do not mind. Fantastic start to the trail. That river bend, and then a climb up onto higher ground before coming down just as the weather changed, and obviously as we get closer to Pendle Hill, where the worst of the grey clouds are, we started doglegging through farmland again. A particular field which did have its bull in plus calves, just a no-no, but there were sort of alternate footpaths to get around that field. So yeah, then came through horse field, and now we're just branching another dogleg towards Newchurch, which gets us at the halfway mark of 5 miles. It just shows the difference. This is kind of flown by to already be at the halfway mark in maybe a mile or so. But yeah, again, just slightly let down by these farms doglegging. It just takes the enjoyment out, but still the views have been a lot better today. Getting a sort of sweeping view of the Pendle Forest and all this lovely farmland sort of on the hills, where you can't really grow crops but you can raise livestock, and that's what they do around here. So vegetarians, if you really want us to stop eating animals, you have to start buying your crops from somewhere else, because most of this land is only good for livestock. Bear that in mind, just saying. So yeah, Newchurch, then we're going to head west to the southern steps of Pendle Hill, and then we're going to make the climb. I'm going to stop in Newchurch and take some water, have a snack, and just get ready. Came into this bit of woodland. Looks like a plantation really. And the atmosphere just changed. Like, wow. Quiet. Wow. Yeah. Fantastic. Anyway, just passing Ogden Reservoir down there. On we go. I mean, wow. Talk about saving the best till last, eh? Trail's just opening up. It's beautiful. This forest. Both reservoirs here. It's beautiful, man. What a day. Makes the other 2 days worthwhile. Makes the struggle worthwhile. Kind of, it's winning me over. I'm not going to lie, I'm being won over. But is that just because the sun's out? Who knows? We'll think about it later. Getting busy though. There's a lot of people around, so It's just about 10 o'clock now, we're just gone 10. So, yeah, pressing on, pressing on. Garden centre trade? I didn't think there was such a trade. Anyway, Ogden Reservoirs, keeping Lancashire on tap. Ah, now, I've seen this before. Different from the other one. Blessed sunshine, love it. Ogden Reservoir over there. Just starting to get some elevation as we move towards the foot of the hill. Seeing plenty of people traffic. Anyway, let's go. Feeling the end is near. Upper Ogden Reservoir, making our way around. So, making our way up Ogden Clough, which runs sort of alongside the upper reservoir. Yeah, a lot of traffic now for day hikers going up to the hill. Bit treacherous. But yeah, sun keeps coming out, blue skies keep popping up. Yeah. Upper Ogden Reservoir. I don't know how he was, but thanks. Well, 66, 40, 50 odd years. I think it's a seat. I don't know what that is. Thanks. Opportunity for me to put the pack down, drink some water, and gird my loins. Basically pull my pants up, ready for the next bit, which I think is going to be the hardest. Right, so let's get on this. Sun's out, guns out. Up here we go, and then up there. Now we came from down there, and we just come up here. And little people down there, little people. Oh, gorgeous valley. Gorgeous. Sun shining. Life is good. We're heading up there. It's steep, but it's not unbearably so. I'm loving these guide stones. The other one was weathered and faded, but this one you can tell from the top. Pendle Way. With an arrow. It's that way. I was wondering where the markers had gone, but I suppose, get out me you fly. I suppose up here wooden ones won't last 5 minutes. Yeah, back off. Back off, sir. Bug repellent's doing its work. Avon skin so soft. You know, they're not even going anywhere near me today. Every time I put that stuff on, it makes me smell better. Right, bit of a plateau and then back up. The guidebook did say cairns would mark the way to the summit. Nice, I can see another one further up. Oh man, I've forgotten how much I missed this knot. I can see it all behind me. Wow, getting warm. Pressing on. That's where we've come from. And that's where we're going. So, I feel like they should open a cafe for all the people up here. It's very busy. And there's some guy with a flag hanging off his back. I don't quite know what he's doing. I suspect charity. Anyway, we're going to go to the summit now. We'll meet some people before heading back down to Bali. Wasn't as difficult as I was expecting. I think back to Snowdon, the Watkin Path, or Scarfell. So yeah, it's achievable. Oh, what views, man! Views! Looking forward to the top. The gators are still doing their thing. I think my car's down there. I hope it is. That is a steep drop. Oh, coffeeed up again. Not cool. Really, just an awesome descent. Weirdly enough, because it was surrounded by people, and just people sharing the stories while they're doing the hill. For some reason the backpack invites questions. Just got talking to people. Never thought I'd find that enjoyable. Grabbed a cup of coffee. Now we're just heading back into Bali. Yes, this trip saved the best till last. It has won me over. Well guys, what can I say? My car's in one piece, still here. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That is the Pendle Way complete. 45 miles spread out over 3 days. What an adventure. I don't even know where I would begin. Like I said, day one, the first 20 miles was just didn't win me over at all. It was fields, it was cows, it was overgrown footpaths and getting drenched. The weather was grey and overcast. Then Al Marine, obviously issues there. The comfort got to me. Had a little bit too much to drink. Didn't start off day 2 in the right frame of mind. Had to kind of recover from that on the trail. But then things really started to hit the stride. So midway through day 2, when things picked up, the trail got better, and then to end that day on the campsite, Smithson Farm, I think it was. Harry and Carol, lovely people. I just had such a good night. Just sat in my tent watching Star Trek Voyager on my phone. I had a feast, I had the calories, had a great night's sleep. It was warm, woke up, It had been raining during the night, but it didn't matter. It was looking quite good for the following day. Breakfast, perfect. Coffee, spoke to people, and this has been a sort of theme with the whole trip. Having these random encounters, which I never thought I'd enjoy. I kind of like, as you've seen in my videos, like being left alone. But this trip has sort of turned around my view on that, of having these encounters with people and talking to them, and just having maybe a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes just talking and chatting, and hearing their perspective, and they're talking and asking what I'm doing, and even coming down off Pendle Hill, then you were just bumping into people and talking, and that's not normal for me, and I don't think it's a normal thing. It's just a dynamic situation that you can only get through backpacking, through being what my channel's all about, being a pilgrim. People look at you and know you're just passing through their lives for a split second. So you can say stuff. Carol this morning talking to me, she knows she's never going to see me again, sharing her worries about having some dentistry in Poland, and you're kind of like, what? Then coming down Pendle Hill, 3 women doing a charity walk, and they're explaining they're doing the Pendle Way in stages, and another girl came over and said, yes, well done for representing Preston, explaining that she was from Preston originally. And you're just having these random encounters. The gay couple in Almarin sat at the bar, and I think that encounter could have been better if I'd not been drinking, if I'd just manned up and said, no, I'll just have a cup of tea, cup of coffee. So yeah, adventure. I'm just going to put that word, it was an adventure. I really did feel that the route pulled it back. We got off such a shaky start, but then today's been absolutely phenomenal, fantastic. Anyway guys, I'm going home. I'm going to drive half an hour down the road to where I live, think about editing this footage, putting together a great video that you're watching right now. Weird. Until the next time guys, no doubt there will be another adventure waiting for us on the trail. That's exactly where I will see you. God bless and take care.